Welcome to the Cal State Fullerton Classroom AV System User's Guide. With it, you will become familiar with the AV system components, learn how to use the touch panel to control the AV system, get hints on the proper use of the AV system, and review common AV troubleshooting methods to keep your class running without interruption. The system overview has 4 main points necessary for you to get a better understanding of the AV system, get your classroom ready for presentations, and keep the classroom running all semester long. The first questions you may have are, what's in the AV rack? And how do I use it? The classroom AV rack is located either in the lectern or in a separate wall cubby or classroom closet. The rack consists of 3 major AV components that are the heart of the system: the switcher, the controller, and the touch panel. These components do not require adjustments by the user and are maintained by an AV classroom support technician. Each classroom has 2 display destinations: the local monitor and the ceiling projector. Some larger classrooms have 2 projectors. The 5 AV sources that a user may send to the projector and local monitor are the PC or Mac Mini, the Apple TV, the lecturer's laptop, either via HDMI or VGA cable, with a Cat6 for local area network connectivity, and the document camera. The combination of the switcher, controller, and touch panel is the heart of the system and classroom operations. The system is network-based and can only be programmed and maintained by an AV classroom support technician. The component that manages the AV settings for classroom sources is the AV switcher. The main function of the AV switcher is to route any of the 5 sources in the classroom to the projector and local monitor. The AV switcher also manages video resolution and audio input and output settings. The main function of the AV controller is to maintain the control program which communicates via the LAN to the other main components of the AV system. The lectern has 2 separate AV cables to allow a lecturer's laptop to connect to the classroom AV system. The 15-pin VGA cable with a 3.5mm audio connector, an HDMI cable for digital video and audio transmission, and a Cat6 network cable to connect a lecturer's laptop to the campus LAN. The touch panel allows the user to control the classroom AV system. The user can turn the AV system on and off, route any of the 5 classroom sources to the projector and local monitor, raise and lower source volume, adjust the lighting in lecture hall classrooms, and mute and unmute the projected image. Now that you have a better understanding of the AV rack components and their capabilities, you can now get started using the touch panel to operate the classroom AV system. So what is a touch panel? For classroom AV system operation, the touch panel uses a graphical user interface, in this case buttons, to allow the user to interact and control the AV system. The touch panel is as easy to use as pushing a button. The main function of the touch panel is to turn the system on, route any of the 5 AV sources to the projector and local monitor, adjust audio levels, mute and unmute the projector, and turn the system off. In campus lecture halls, the touch panel can also adjust the room lighting settings and perform other advanced AV control tasks. Here is a sample startup page of a classroom touch panel. In your actual classroom, the touch panel may look different, but the functionality is the same. They all have buttons to control the AV system. Some touch panel screens are larger and some are smaller. Some have a small LCD screen with a set of physical side push buttons, and some have no LCD screen and only physical side push buttons. Whether a physical push button or an LCD touchscreen button, all selectable source buttons work identically to turn an AV system on and off and route classroom AV sources to the projector and local monitor. To get started, touch anywhere on the touch panel screen, or simply press the physical on button of your touch panel. While the projector turns on and the system is warming up, the touch panel will display a message on the "Please wait until the system starts up" page. The message will clear when the classroom system is ready for use. When the AV system is ready, the touch panel will display a Select a Source page showing the 5 available AV sources. The source you select will be displayed on the projector and the local monitor. Again, the 5 classroom AV sources are the PC or Mac Mini, the laptop HDMI, the laptop VGA, the document camera, and the Apple TV. Selecting the Apple TV will bring up its control page that emulates an Apple TV remote. From this page, the user can select the menu and enter commands. Move the cursor up, down, left, and right, and play or pause a video. The user can connect to the Apple TV using AirPlay from an iOS device. Selecting another source will clear this screen. Use the up and down volume arrows or mute button to raise, lower, or mute the program audio of the source you selected. To temporarily hide the source image from being shown on the projector and keep it on the local monitor, press the Display button. Then select the Mute button from the display page. To restore the image to the projector, press the Unmute button. When your class has ended, select the Turn Off button on the screen or the physical Off push button of the panel. As a precaution against accidental shutdown, a message screen will appear to ask if you want to turn the system off. If the answer is yes, then press the Power Down button. If the answer is no, then press the Cancel button. A panel with physical push buttons will automatically turn off when the Off button is pressed. Once the AV system has powered down, the touch panel display will return to the Start screen. Now that you are familiar with turning the AV system on and off and routing AV sources, it is important to recognize the do's and don'ts of taking care of the classroom AV system. By keeping in mind the following daily tasks, you will ensure the successful operation of the classroom AV system by maintaining a risk-free environment. At the end of every class period, log off the PC and shut down the AV system. This will allow the system to refresh after each class and prevent unnecessary wear on the system. It is also important to keep the lectern clear of personal items such as removable or optical data drives, writing materials, and the unsightly clutter of water bottles or clothing. All laptop cables should be recessed back into the lectern cable cubby to avoid a mess and making it easier to use for the next class. In lecture hall classrooms, it is essential to turn off any wireless microphone after use to ensure long battery life for the next classroom instructor. A classroom with an AV system that has been misused or damaged might be down, out of operation, until an AV classroom support technician can remedy the situation. The following are examples of things not to do in order to keep the tools of the classroom AV system available to facilitate the best learning environment for the students. Twist or turn the local monitor in a rough manner. Plug lectern laptop cables into the local monitor. Press touch panel buttons multiple times in succession. Twist or push the document camera neck in a rough manner. Place drink containers on the lectern top. Place heavy items or sit on the lectern shelf. leaving the AV system on for the next class. Sometimes what initially seems to be a major AV problem in a classroom can be easily resolved by the user. The following is a list of frequently reported issues with classrooms that in some cases can be resolved quickly. Should these quick resolution troubleshooting suggestions fail to fix the problem, call extension 2277 for immediate support. When starting the system normally, and the image routes to the projector, but the local monitor has a black screen, first check to see if the PC is turned on. A powered-on PC will display a white light on its power button. If the PC is powered on, next check to see if the monitor is turned on by examining the power button in the lower right corner of the monitor frame. If it is blue, it is on. If it is not, press the power button. If the monitor still will not power on, check the actual power cable in the back of the monitor. If it has come loose, push the connector upward into the socket. If the PC is on and the monitor is powered on, but there is still no image, check the Monitor Input Select button on the lower right front of the monitor frame. Push it until it cycles to DVI as an input source. If you start the system normally and the image routes to the projector, but the local monitor has a blue no signal screen, check to see if the PC is turned on, or check the monitor input selection. If the AV system is not on, wave your hand in front of the touch panel screen. If you see the CSUF logo, touch anywhere on the startup screen to turn the system on. If the AV system still does not appear to be on, turn the PC on or tap the keyboard to wake up the PC. Check the touch panel screen. If the display page appears, unmute or turn on the projector, depending on the state of the selected buttons. If the system still will not turn on, verify that the lectern has power. If the system is on and one of the computer-routed audio sources can't be heard over the classroom speakers, check that the audio output level of the PC or laptop is not muted and is at 100%. If using a computer source, verify that the audio source is not corrupted by selecting a different source, for example, a link from pbs.com if a youtube.com audio source is not working. For all sources, check that the touch panel audio level is not muted and is set to the correct level. You should call extension 2277 immediately if any of the following issues occur. The touch panel has lost connection with the controller. The touch panel is frozen and sources will not route. The projector is not coming on and its front lights are flashing red or orange. The PC has a flashing amber power light. The PC or laptop has lost network connections. The lectern has lost power and none of the AV gear is lighting up. The AV system shuts down unexpectedly during class. Thank you for your time. The AV Classroom Technical Support Team trusts that this Classroom AV System User's Guide has helped you gain a better understanding of what it takes to best utilize and care for classroom technology. Have a great semester.